Nah. Hell no. No.
We not doing this, man.
We ain't doing this again, dude. How many? We get into it right after this.
You are now listening to the Black Abstract.
You will never see anything like this ever again. Power gotta stop doing this, man. They gotta stop doing this. Listen, nobody, and I'm talking about nobody that I've known in the hood that was in the streets has knocked off their mom. It's just not even, Rock hasn't even done anything that crazy to that man for him to feel like that. Oh, you killed my father. You didn't even care. You didn't care about your father, bro. That nigga was a cop. You didn't even want to be seen with the nigga, right? Now, when she did it, I was like, but she did that to protect Uncle Marvin. He wanted to throw Marvin under the bus. She did that to protect her own brother. She killed D-Wiz because the streets needed the body. They was going to murder you. So she had to give somebody up. Well, we already took care of it for you. That was because of you. Now, has Rock done some messed up? Yeah, sending you to kill your own pops? That's crazy. That's crazy work. That was the benefit of her.
That's crazy.
That she would even try to do that. Send a kid to take a big... Now, that was crazy. Okay, I get that. And has she done some questionable shit this season? Yes. This season doesn't look like she should be in charge at all. Like, this is the weakest I've ever seen Rock look. And Rock ain't nothing without her brothers, man. And I'm glad they brought Lou back in the fold. But Marvin was a killer machine. And she didn't appreciate none of that. You see how she was acting? So I get it. I get it. Rock, this is the shittiest season, and I think they did that intentionally to kind of just show, like, all right, this is the season where they get shitted on. This gonna make a good comeback next season, because I don't think Kanan gonna actually do it. And if he does, I don't think I'm watching Power again, because niggas don't do that, bro. Nobody kills their mom, bro. I don't care how shitty they was. Your mom tried to protect you to not be in his lifestyle. Not only did you want to be in his lifestyle, you jump head feet into it. And not only you jump head feet, you maintain it on your own. This shit just don't happen. I don't know, man. I just don't agree with that, bro. Like, we've seen it done already. We've seen this done twice. They tried to kill Mohoneho Tejada, and then obviously Tariq killed Ghost, which was infuriated me. Like, how he lose to him? But niggas don't do that. Tariq didn't have a good reason. Oh, you gonna send me to jail? Nigga, you killed the nigga. Take it, like, be a man. Like,
I'm sorry, I'm rambling, dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if Kanan killed Rock, what's the lady's name that plays Rock? I'm drawing a blank because I'm so mad right now. If he killed my baby, I'm gonna fuck him up. I don't care if he acting or not. Makai, whatever your name. If I find out you killed my baby, I'm fucking you up, nigga. And I gotta wait all next season, man. They left us on a cliffhanger, dude. I knew they was gonna do this. So when I turned the episode on, I saw 55 minutes. I said, they gonna lead us in the next season, man. I already see it happening, Let's start from the beginning. Episode starts off, obviously, we left off with Unique and Rock being face to face. And then we saw the clip online where Unique was kind of giving a rundown of how he used to jabber and shit. And this is why I didn't do episode by episode this season, because somebody brought up the point that Unique's writing was meant for Ronnie's character, but the actor who played Ronnie had another obligation, so they had to kill him off. Then the fans made an uproar about Unique, so it's like, hey, let's bring Unique back. Don't nobody get hit in the head that many times and survive. I'm sorry, it just don't happen. And then on top of that, what Unique was seeing didn't make sense. His thought pattern, oh, you're trying to destroy me. Dude, what? Why? Rock had already defeated you. Rock already won. She beat you at your game. Like, you was taking her down, bro. Oh, you try to do me like... Bro, why would she defeat you, then say I'm stepping away from the game for you to get back in the game? And it don't make sense, bro. She was already ahead of you. You were working for her. You forgot she had you in a little apartment in Jersey, being her little bitch. And on top of that, you saved her life. She's about to get smoked by some Italianos, and you saved her, bro. You think she forgot about that? The whole plot and storyline didn't make sense. Now, don't get me wrong. Joey Badass plays a great villain. He's actually taken at some of that character and brought it into the rap world, and he's becoming a great villain and a great representation for East Coast. He's just in the battle. I just did a reaction to his battle with Rayvon that I'll be posting probably the same time as this. I got a lot of work ahead of me. But the storyline just made no sense. It's like they didn't have nothing to go off of. And they were just like, oh, well, let's put Joey Badass. Ronnie was supposed to be that role. How he was talking and everything that fit in there was agitations to Ronnie, because she took Ronnie's empire. Unique got handed this empire from Ronnie. So Ronnie should be having these feelings. It's like the writers took the storyline, but didn't want to change the dialogue too much, and had to twist it to make it seem like it was unique, and it just didn't fit. You know what I mean? He just wasn't trying to hear reasoning for nothing. It's like, yo, this just don't make sense. So that's why I knew episode by breakdown, because I didn't want to be too negative. And people be like, oh man, you're just being. But it was bad. This was a bad season. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, in terms of just previous seasons and storyline, this was bad because we already did the unique villain storyline. It's like, yo, let's move on to something else. You know what I mean? Like, I like how they was doing with the mafia and Italianos, and I liked that storyline. Like, that's more. You know what I mean? And then it's like, yo, we kind of reducing back to this. Like, you had Lou go on this whole spiritual journey for him just to wake up and say, this is who I am. And don't get me wrong, I love Lou. I love his progression as a character. I love where they taking him. But for him to just fall back into that, it was like, ugh. Same thing with Jukebox. Like, Jukebox wouldn't just become, you don't just become a killer, you know what I mean? And if you do happen to get one, and I get it, she was saving her daddy, you don't just embrace that right away. You just be like, now, maybe it's inherited. You know, her daddy is a psychopath, you know, or sociopath, however you want to look at it, both. You know, we could say Marvin is this and that. That nigga's a serial killer. He's... That nigga nice and all, but that motherfucker will lay you down quick. Favorite character is Marvin, hands down. And I liked his storyline as too, his arc, because it seemed like he's gonna come into his own, or he could have came into his own, but I think he's content in his position. But at the same time, Rock don't respect him for what he does. She ain't got no respect for Marvin, and he does a lot for her, like a lot. You know what I mean? And the minute he does something wrong, instead of her being understanding, she just freaks out and takes everything out on him, and she shouldn't do that. Like, y'all know it's about to be wartime, and you keep ping ponging between brothers. Like, talk to them both, get them both on the same page. Like, listen, Mara, I know you fucked up, blah blah blah, but yo, this is how we gonna redeem it. Right now, I need all of us, blah blah blah. And that's the thing too, they ain't got no crew. It's just her and her two brothers. Unique got 80 niggas from Jersey ready to ride. They got Molotov cocktails. Like, what we doing here, bro? Like, come on, man. I mean, that was a power move, kidnapping his woman and shit, but like, y'all ain't got nobody. He know where you live at, nigga. You ain't leave, move. He gonna come shoot up your house. So, okay, I'm sorry, dude. I'm just up to here with this fucking, I don't know, they got my blood pressure up, but it's just a lot of things that didn't make sense. So, like I said, we see that she has a conversation, they leave out, they're like, oh, we gotta take a big swing at them. We see Lou following Unique's baby mom to the dialysis appointment with her mom, and he told her has to stay in the house, and she ain't listen, and that's how she got caught up. Oh no, I'm gonna see my mom. She's like, I'm gonna have one of the fellas take her. And she meets her up there. He winds up getting a drop on him. We see that Marvin tries to kind of reconcile with Stefano, but he ain't having it. Then we find out a revelation that Stefano is actually in cahoots with old boy from Jersey, and that's why he didn't want to take a swing back at Stefano, because he's the one that wanted Sal killed. He wanted to step up, and that's my man from The Wire. I'm sorry I can't remember his name. That's my dog from The Wire. So I love Tony Danza, but I was actually fucking with the Greek from The Wire. That's what they used to call him. Well, he was the Greek's man. They from The Wire, and I just saw him on Everybody's Hates Chris because my daughter been binging that. So that's actually my man. So I kind of was like, yo, with him, for real, like, yo, Stefano cool, but Stefano he's snaky, man. He just snaky, you know what I mean? And then the whole situation with Marvin was it was just a minor mishap. And then the fact that he just dismisses him over something like that. Now, granted, Marvin should have handled that better. When he found out the news, he should have either, one, killed Early and his cousin right off the bat and just say, hey, man, they got caught up in some shit. Or he should have just let Stefano know right then and there, oh, my goodness, I think I know what happened with this, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And they could have, jumped out ahead of it. Instead, he remained quiet, and then, came to what's the name, and then he didn't knock both of them off. Once he came to dude and he told him who he was, he could have made up his mind. He either gonna leave it alone or he gonna knock him off. But if he knocked off the cousin, he should have knocked off Early and the cousin at the same time. That way, he ain't had a chance. And the fact that Early goes to Stefano and tells him, and then nothing happened to him. You know, he hiding off in the hotel. It was like, yo, what was the point of his character arc? Because they didn't even know that he was the one high unique the whole time. So that never even got brought up. So it was like he was a waste of character. Damn, Chris Red, you just can't get a break. That's the actor's name from SNL. But he just can't get a break. He got knocked off quick. Other than that, Stefano tells Marvin that, yo, I don't want nothing to do with you. You out of here. And yo, actually tell Rock we done. We see that the gentleman that owns the Chinese restaurant is telling Rock, yo, I'm done with you. So he doesn't want nothing to do with her. So she's just SOL. She's just out of luck. You know, and we also see Snap and Pop are still making plays, and we see Jukebox sat down with Rock, and she kind of stood up to Rock and told her that, yo, she see her, like, I've been seeing all the shady shit you doing, and you don't see me, and you never see me unless it's next to Kanan. And I'm like, yo, that's not true. Like, Rock always had a little affinity for Juke. Like, when you got into it with your father, Rock was the one that came and scooped you up and stood by your side and consoled you and told you it was all right. So this is what I mean by shabby writing. Like, that's not true. When Marvin choked her up for being gay and all that shit, and they got into it the first season, Rock was holding her down. I think she was staying with Rock, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, she's like, oh, you only just as Kanan, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yo, she always looked at her like the little daughter she never had. So the fact that she's switching up, too, is crazy, you know what I mean? And I don't know who she was calling on the phone, but she calling somebody, and I don't know who's going to get there, but I don't think he's going to shoot Rock. I think somebody's going to intervene. But Kanan crazy, man. Like, over Crystal, like, damn, that pussy must have been good. Like, damn, you about to knock your mom off over that, John? That thing must have been hitting. That man's about to knock his mom off over some box. Not even over Famous. Famous would have been more understandable. But you about to knock your mom over some box? You ain't even had this box for a year. It ain't even been 6. It probably been about 6 months. That thing must have been hitting. You know that thing was hitting. That nigga bought the apartment. He got her new spot. Like, that nigga had that in-house, boy. Once that in-house was gone, he didn't know what to do. He couldn't circle back with old girl because Juke was taking her down now. He like, somebody knocked off my in-house. And he's so stupid, he don't see what's right in front of him. Like, the people that's telling you this shit is obviously the people that are doing this shit. And he's just so caught up in his feelings and that whatnot. He's like, he can't see straight. And it's aggravating because it's the same shit they done did with Tariq. And it's like, yo, you in the game, yo. Stop worrying about that. If you worry about your mom, don't fuck with her. I can sympathize with Kanan with having a shitty relationship with your mom. But I've never wanted to take it that far. You know what I'm saying? But Juke's mind being all twisted up ain't helping it either. And then this cop ain't helping it, talking about a black lady. Now, they not putting two and together. Well, a black lady, well, Snap and Pops, that lady's black too. And then they not putting two and together. Rock don't put in her own work. She has people do her work for her. If she has cops on the payroll, why would they fucking go? Why, you know what I mean? Like, they could go get Crystal or something. But she's so, like, it's just not paying. Oh, I know Pop and Smack got some cops in their pocket, but I saw Rock paying off these cops. But instead of me talking to her and asking her, like, yo, why you got these cops? Or why you paying these cops? So, like, you just believe in the worst out of her. What the fuck do she need to kill Crystal for? She even said it, like, oh, why would I need to kill her for? Oh, because you want me to yourself. Like, motherfucker, you ain't been around here. I don't have you. I haven't had you in a while. Like, I'm just trying to keep your stupid ass safe. Even Stefano say, yo, your mom paid such and such for you. Like, yo, and this what you do to get the fuck out of here. Like, you a piece of shit, man. Like, he don't see the shit his mom do for him. His mom didn't even want him to be in the game. Like, she wanted him to go to school. He wanted to jump off in this shit. So she said, all right, if you want to jump off in it, I'll at least be under me so I could at least protect you. And he didn't want that. And just been creating problems. Like, and he don't see none of this shit he do. He think everything he do, his shit don't stink. And I honestly don't see how this is the Kanan from the original Power. I'm like, I don't get it. But moving along, we see that OG took a stab Stefano, and also he gave the green light to Unique. So they shoot at Marvin. They shoot at they throw a Molotov to the restaurant that Rock was moving product out of unbeknownst to them, that operation is shut down. They not even moving. So that's for nothing. And they also, like I said, they follow Marvin, but thank God my man ain't get hit. Unique's girlfriend did get kidnapped. And also, we find out and finally meet Breeze. And this motherfucker is played by Spider-Man. Like, it's a million actors in the world. It's thousands of actors out here, like struggling actors that need some recognition. That it's even it's even actors that are like have jobs and done stuff before that would play a more convincing drug dealer than Shameik Moore. Don't get me wrong, the kid is super talented, uber talented, superstar. But when I remember when he played Raekwon in the Wu-Tang, I said, ugh. And he did a decent job though. But he's acting like Raekwon now. Like, yeah, what's up? Like, nigga, you not from New York. They could have got a Dave East to play this. Anybody, bro. Any fucking body from New York to play this fucking role. And it's the Breeze. And then you find out Breeze is just the offspring of Snap and Pops. Like, I don't even know why Breeze was so important in Original Power, but he was. I got to go back and watch. I don't know if Kanan was under Breeze. I don't know if they were business partners. I don't know if Breeze was above Tommy and Kanan, and they just had to knock him off. Like, I really don't understand. I think Breeze and Kanan were the two top dogs that Tommy and Ghost were under, and they wanted to kind of rule, so they had to just get rid of. They killed Breeze and then got Kanan sent to jail, is what I'm guessing. I don't know. We'll find out in Power Origins. But he just seems so unnecessary. But here we are. We meet Breeze. But I just, don't get me wrong, I love Shameik Moore. And he's Miles Morales in the Spider-Man. If y'all don't know, he plays Miles Morales. I just didn't agree with the actor choice. I just think they could have got somebody that's a little more edgier, a little more street, you know, that fit the tone a little bit, you know. And that's sometimes Power be hit or miss. And I understand they be wanting big names sometimes. Like, oh, let me bring a big name into this. And, you know, this is good for him. This is get his street credibility up. Like, oh, yeah, I played such and such. But, nah, I remember how he played in the Wu-Tang joint. And I was just like, damn, son. Like, they could have got anybody to play Raekwon. And they got this nigga. And, like I said, he did decent. He gave, like, I give his performance, like, a B-. You know what I'm saying? He did all right for it. But it just didn't feel authentic. You know what I mean? That's how I feel this is. Like, yo, you could have got anybody. Because Curtis, the kid that plays 50 Cent, Kanan, ain't from the streets either. And I think he does a decent portrayal. But he's just too clean for me. You know, 50's a grimy type nigga, bro. Like, and this nigga edge up be crisp. And I just was like, yo, 50 wasn't really like that, you know what I mean? Probably at least not at that age, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta think about the shit they was talking about in the OG Power. Like, yo, me, Ghost, and such used to run from the cops. And this motherfucker get away or run fast just so we get away. Like, I can't see this nigga running from the cops at all. Like, then they got a car. What the fuck you running from the cops from? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of shit they need to get right from the Original Power that I hope they honor and stay true to. But we'll see what happens. Also, we didn't really get a lot of questions answered. They kind of dragging everything on to the next season. So, like I said, we don't know. For Kanan, don't know who really killed Famous. Now, if he knock his mom off and then he finds out who really killed Famous and killed Crystal, he gonna feel like an asshole. And I don't know if he's ever gonna find that out. I don't, you know, maybe that secret will die with him. We do know that Lou had a talk with him and told him that, yo, you know, he killed his mom and she mannered than all of us. And that conversation didn't resonate at all. And I was mad at Lou, like, yo, why did you even tell him that shit? Because he gonna load that for more ammo towards her. That's not going to help her at all in any aspect. I'm probably missing some stuff, but that's the gist of it, man. I gotta rate everything with mics. So if I had to rate season 4 of Raising Kanan Power Book 3, I'm gonna give Raising Kanan Season 4, Power Book 3, I'm going to give it 2.5 mics. This was by far the worst season. And that's being generous, you know. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to watch because I love to support my peoples. But a lot of this shit just didn't make no sense. But I'm going to watch. And, you know, Rock is still fine. Uncle Marvin is still my favorite. But, yeah. That's just it is what it is. Post your comments. I want to know what you guys thought about this season of Raising Kanan Season 4. And do you think that, I don't know. Just tell me what you think about everything I talked about. Do you like Breeze? Do you think he was a good choice? Post your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. The next time, peace, love, prosperity. I go by the name of the Black Abstract. Smash that like button. 1.